muscle car that's even more rare than the Dodge Demon. Something you may not have even heard of or knew that existed. I'm Jason Haynes, and today we have the very special Dodge Hellcat Super Stock HPE 1000. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am Jason Haynes, Director of Research and Development here at Hennessey Performance Engineering and Hennessey Specialty Vehicles. And today I am in a very special HPE 1000 Hellcat Super Stock. More rare than the Demon, if you did not know. Some of you may not even know that Dodge actually built a Super Stock, but we're gonna get through today and go through it. A little bit of technical knowledge, a little bit of racing. Let's get into it. So when you're looking at the Demon versus the Super Stock, essentially it is the same powertrain. It's the same engine, it's the same transmission, it's the same driveline. Now, there are a few differences. The Demon actually comes with the additional ECM to add the race gas tune to it as well, and it also comes with the Demon crate that has the drag pack in it, wheels and tires. So this Super Stock actually has the same wheels and tires that the Demon does from the factory for road going. So if you look, they're the 18-inch wheels, the same Demon brakes. So there are a few differences, and the Demon is actually a numbered edition, whereas the Super Stocks are not numbered. But if you look at the production numbers, there are less than 200 Super Stocks built per year so far. So that's pretty amazing to see that there is such a low volume number of these Super Stocks being built, and you may not even know what they are on the road. You may not have ever seen one, but we're super excited to show this one to you today and share it with you and go through what makes it an HPE 1000. So let's get underneath the hood and check it out. Okay, so let's actually get into what makes this HPE 1000 package on this Super Stock. Starts out with the induction system. We have our high flow, high efficiency induction system on here. We have some internal supercharger inlet porting. We have an upper supercharger pulley with a heavy duty tensioner and a heavy duty belt. If you notice here, we actually retain the factory 2.7 liter supercharger. It's actually a larger unit than the baseline Hellcat. We also have an air oil separator on this. And of course, inside the ECM, we go through and put our magic in there just so you guys can enjoy it. So enough of the technical stuff. Let's get in it and see what it can do. This thing is just quick. So I had to do a little bit of pedaling there. Again, we're on the drag radials. We're on a unprepped track surface at the back of our Hennessey Performance Pennzoil Proving Ground. So going to be a little bit slippery and tricky trying to launch this thing. So I'm going to drive it around, see what she can do. So the great thing about this Super Stock is, yes, it's rare, but it's also available to where you can actually drive this thing daily. I mean, it's comfortable. And in fact, I think the 18-inch wheels and tires actually ride better than the standard 20-inch wheels and tires offered on the Hellcat and the Red Eye from the factory. So if you're looking for a change in ride quality, something a little bit more supple, I would actually suggest looking into a set of the 18s, just simply because they are more sidewall and they're a little bit softer, so on the road you don't have that harshness of the suspension. So again, we're in track mode. We're coming around the corner here, 40, 50, gonna lay into it. All right, traction control came on at 100, 140. This thing's flying today. Now, coming back from the original muscle car area in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, Dodge did a great job in this Super Stock because it gives a a nod to the nostalgia of the lineup that they're offering. This Super Stock that we're in today actually has cloth interior with the houndstooth. It's kind of the ghosted in houndstooth, which I think is really awesome because a lot of the old muscle cars back in the 60s and 70s actually had the houndstooth interior. So they did a real good job going back and those styling cues of the original muscle car era. It is just a really well put together machine with all of the modern creature comforts. I mean, you could actually daily drive this, and I think that's what's so special about this era that we're living in of the modern muscle car and the modern factory horsepower wars, if you will. Now, seems like nobody's really competing with Dodge, which is kind of surprising considering that back in the day, it was just, you know, one more cubic inch or one more horsepower, and Dodge is outdoing itself with this Super Stock going 1 horsepower less than their Demon. And you know, you look at the other offerings out there, and there's just really nothing that compares to these machines coming out of the Mopar factory. So let's try a launch again here and see what we can do. So got track on. I'm gonna go to race options here, and let's go back here to launch control. Let's take this up to 1800 RPM. There we go. We're going now. Never stops pulling. I mean, it's just crazy. If you've never experienced the sensation of being in a Hellcat, I mean, these are just amazing modern muscle machines, and you should really find yourself one. The acceleration is just unreal. Let's do a little bit more here and show you what this thing can do. So around the corner, get into it. All right, 50. 60 miles an hour, roll into it. It's just consistent pull, just never gives up. All right, so getting to 140 miles an hour back here on our Pennzoil Proving Grounds track, I mean, that's at the top of the tier of what we tested. If you guys saw the other GT500 video, you know, the GT500 was coming through 140, and this Super Stock is right there with it. So you look at the power to weight ratio of the two vehicles with our calibration tuning to the transmission. It actually does a really nice job of shifting and handling all the modes differently. So whether you're in track mode or normal mode, it will actually shift differently, different shift profiles. So a little bit more aggressive in the track setting, but automatic mode, it shifts just like a standard, you know, Hellcat would. So I think it's a great option. So whether you're looking for a purpose-built drag car or something to drive every day, the Super Stock does it so very well. And it's actually one of the quickest performing vehicles back here on the Hennessey Performance Proving Grounds. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's it for today from the Hennessey Performance Pennzoil Proving Grounds. Be sure to like and subscribe to the video, comment below what you want us to review next, what you want us to drive next, a little bit of racing, a little bit of technical knowledge. Until next time.